Citing a database is, I guess, the most tricky type of citation to create because you need so much information. So I've got a couple of types of articles pulled up from different databases. So this one's called More Than One Way to Misread a Mockingbird. And here's the basic information about where it came from or where it was originally published and the name of the database that Gail is actually accessing, General One File. This one has citation tools set up here for us. So if we click that, we can see we can set it up in MLA 8, and it gives us a citation that is correct. I've checked it. And the one extra bit of information they're giving us here is this date access, which you don't really have to have, but it's okay for it to be there. So you can always click export to right here and put it to EasyBib or to Google Drive or something like that, and those work perfectly fine. If you want to copy and paste it, it can create a little bit of a problem, so I'm going to show you that. I'm going to hit Command C after highlighting it, and then just take it back to our Word doc, and if we just hit Command V and paste it, it does that, and obviously that won't work. So here's what will. In order to remove all that formatting that doesn't work for us, we can click Edit, Paste, and Match Formatting, which means it's going to paste it and it's going to match the formatting of this Word document, and it comes out correct, just like that. So then we could move it and put it in alphabetical order if we wanted to. Okay, so I'll do that. Let's see. It would need to go right here, and we don't need this extra line, so there we go. All right, so that works just fine, but what about this one? So this is an article on Romeo and Juliet, and it's got a citation button, but when I click it and scroll down to MLA, I can tell by looking at it that this citation is incorrect. It looks like the old citation, right? I see the word web, I don't see the URL, so it's not correct. It's got a lot of the correct information in it, but we need to fix it ourselves. So here are our rules for citing an article from a database, and we're just going to type this one out by hand and make it correct. So we need to start with the name of our author, last name, comma, first name, the title of our article in quotation marks followed by a period, and then everything after that till the end of the citation should be followed by a comma. So let's do our author and title. So our author is Leslie Ritchie, comma Leslie, and our article title is Pox on Both Your Houses, the Battle of Romeos. So let's go over to our document and put it here to keep it in alphabetical order. Pox on both your houses, which is a quote or near quote from Romeo and Juliet. Okay, next we need the title of the journal, magazine, or newspaper where it was originally published. And it gives us that right here next to source. We see it's 18th century fiction, and here's all the date information, but we need to put all that down in the right order. So we're going to start with 18th century fiction, which we can see because it's the title of a journal, like the title of a magazine, it should be italicized. So followed by a comma. The next thing that we need is the volume and issue numbers. So we've got volume 27, issue 3 of 7, and we can see that all should be followed by commas. So we're going to do no italics, VOL 27, comma, issue 3 of 7. We just do exactly what they've got listed. The next thing we need is the date of publication, including the month or season, so exactly what they do, which is spring/summer 2005. So we'll add that here. Or was it 2015? Did I read that incorrectly? Yeah, 2015. Okay, and that would be followed by a comma. Next, we need the page numbers of the article, so from the original journal that it was published in. So we've got 373 through 393. And MLA 8 requires us to do PP, followed by a comma. The next thing we need is the name of the database, which you would think you could get just from looking up here, right? Like this is EBSCOhost or whatever. But really, it tells you right here that this is Academic Search Premier. So EBSCOhost is pulling this from Academic Search Premier. And the name of the database is italicized and followed by a comma. So we're going to do italics, or you can obviously hit Command I. Followed by a comma. And then, the last thing is the actual URL location, which is usually pretty long. So let's take this. I copied it. Let's take it over here with us. And we're going to unitalicize and just hit Command V for paste. It's still italicized it, so let's take it out. And then we're going to follow it with a comma. Now, if you hit the space bar right here, it's going to make it a URL, which you really don't need it to do. You don't want it to be blue and underlined like that. If you do that by accident, you can right-click it and click Hyperlink, then Edit Hyperlink, then Remove Link. And there you go. Now, if you hit space again, away from that period, it's going to do it over and over again, so just stay away from it. And that's the way it should look. Now, it didn't require us to give a date accessed, although that would probably be acceptable to type accessed in today's date, but you don't have to do that. Okay, so we have got a works cited here with several different types of citations, and that's pretty much any type of citation you would need to create. Of course, there are always unique circumstances, so just ask if you have one of those. And we've put it in alphabetical order as we have gone, but if you didn't, you could highlight everything and click this little A to Z right here, and it would fix that for you. Okay?